Jamaica is a beautiful country. I'm just sick of it. Do not go to the Rio Montego. When I get around Jamaican men, I am too easy. Not doing the bamboo rafting thing ever again. You think I should cheat on my husband while I'm here? He's trying to talk to her, and we're like, she's drunk.
Tell the truth when you post a video.
They didn't even say like sorry or nothing. Like they really didn't act like they cared.
Forced us to buy their shitty ass fucking weed.
It's $25 per person, and the bus erupted.
But they charged more. I was done.
Customer service at an all-time low.
I almost ended up on a poster booth.
In the States where I'm from, a nigga would never.
You're an American hoodie peak hooligan hybrid, and your blonde and brown box braids simply accentuate the ugly that you both.
Three, two, one. Hey guys, how are you doing today? Yes, I know culture is a big thing. Sometimes some people get very passionate about their culture and you have to be very careful. However, in this video, what I will attempt to do is to tell you the culture of a certain island that I am familiar with. Everybody knows that when you go on holidays, sometimes you are tempted to just be carefree. You get so excited to the point where you forget to do your homework. And that is where I come in. First thing I'm going to say, before you go to any country, any island on holiday, be sure that you read up something about the culture of the people living on that island or in that country. And that is where I come in, because I'll be telling you 5 things to research or that you should know before you go to Jamaica. Of course, I know that some people are about to get into their feelings because, you know, nobody likes to hear bad things about their country or about their island. But very few people, I'll have you know, settle down, settle down, settle down. The complaints that you get from tourists is very, very few. However, if we can do something to ensure that even the small amount of people who come on the island of Jamaica, if we can do something to ensure that they enjoy their time on the island, then that is what we should do. And that is what this video is all about. What I'm going to attempt to do is to tell you things that are different, and perhaps that in knowing the differences, you will have an appreciation both on the side of the locals and on the side of the tourists. You will understand where each other is coming from and ensure that the tourist who comes on the island will have an enjoyable time. Because remember, you cannot survive for the vendors, for everybody, hotels, everybody. You are set up to accommodate tourists. And if you do not have the tourists, then of course, business will not be booming. And that is what we do not want to happen. So in this video, I am going to tell you 5 things that you should be aware of when you go on the island of Jamaica. And I'm sure that once this is out of the way, once you're aware of these 5 things, the next time when you go on a holiday to Jamaica, you are going to enjoy your time there because you will have a better understanding of the culture and how to handle yourself. So what are the 5 things? Babs, I am ready. I am ready. Because from the clipping that you saw at the start of this video, I wanted to ensure that I did not miss anything, and so I have taken notes. So the 5 areas that I'm going to look at, I'm going to talk about the currency, the transportation, the vendors or the sellers. I'm going to talk about the prices, and I'm going to talk about customer service as well. But before I go any further, come on guys, come on, come on, come on. If you have not yet liked the video, now is a perfect time to just put a like on the video. And if you know someone who is planning to go to Jamaica very soon, make sure that you share the video as well. And even if someone is not going to Jamaica like now, ensure that you watch this video so that when you are making your next trip, you will know what to expect. Okay, let me go into the currency. Remember that Jamaica is a developing country. So you will have tourists coming from the first world country, and there are differences. So these are the things that you must be aware of. In terms of the currency, yes, I know that people are accustomed to just stopping by the airport or the cambio in the first world country to get some money before they go on holidays. In Jamaica, remember, the Jamaican dollars is not usually stocked in the cambios overseas. So it is not like you can exchange the dollars readily and take it with you to the country. Oh, well, if you find that, good luck. But I'm sure that that's not the norm. In most cases, what people have a lot of is the US dollars. So let me tell you how to handle yourself when you are in Jamaica. So they accept cards in the major resorts. So do not go to Jamaica solely with your American Express and your different cards and think that, okay, it has to work wherever you go. No. Yes, it will work in the hotels, very few like tourist areas, like the built up tourist areas. You will be able to use your cards, but that's not for everything. Not all cards are used as well. The main cards that are used in Jamaica are Visa and MasterCard. However, there is a card that is known as Resolute. So if you have never heard of Revolut as well, what it does is that it allows you to put money on that card. So it's a special card. As a matter of fact, when I'm finished here, I want you to look at a video that I have done on using the Revolut card, how to apply for it in your own country and know the benefits of using it. So with the Revolut card, how it works is that you put money on it in your normal currency, and when you go on holidays, you will be able to go to the ATM, and the money that you withdraw is going to come out in the local currency. Speak truth, talk truth. Isn't that good? Good. And it actually works in Jamaica. So if you don't want to be traveling from your home country to Jamaica with a lot of money, you want to still carry your cards, these are the different ones that you can carry. All right. In the tourist areas as well, US dollars is generally accepted. So if, for example, you are going to buy like a souvenir, like in the souvenir shops, they will accept your US dollars. However, if you are going to go out, so like some people like to leave the resort, they like to, just, go out and enjoy themselves. Please know that what you need to have is the local Jamaican currency. So what you should do when you get to your hotels, when you get to your resort, the first thing that you should try to find out is where the local cambio is, so that you can change out your currency into the Jamaican currency. As a matter of fact, I would suggest that you seek out about that before you even arrive on the island, so that you have an idea of what you are going to do, where you can change out your money if you want to be going outside of your resort, outside of your hotels. Because let us face it, a lot of people just want to go hang out on the resort and not leave it. So for them, it is okay. The US dollars is okay. The Visa, the MasterCard is fine. But for other people, just know that yes, you will have to change out your money at the local cambio. So that is the currency. Don't get caught out because you need money to survive there. Transportation is another big one as well. Now, in first world countries, say for example, here in the UK, you have buses that go on set routes. In Jamaica, both the buses, the small buses, and the public taxis go on, have set routes as well. Now, this is where the difference comes in, and this is where you will have a lot of people, when they go to Jamaica, they come back, they review, and they are talking, they keep saying, oh, they pack us up like sardines. Now, let me explain the Jamaica culture to you, where transportation is concerned. So, taxis, buses have set route. And this is a cheaper way of going around, right? So if you want to get from point A to point B, then the public transportation is the cheapest. But remember, you get what you pay for. So saying that the taxis have set route, this is how they operate. The taxis have a taxi stand. The taxi does not come to you. You go to the taxi stand, you sit in the taxi, and the driver does not move until that taxi is full. Yes, that is the difference. So I know that here in the UK, whenever you hear about a taxi, it is a private thing. And when I say it's a private thing, is that you flag down your taxi and you're the only one who is in the taxi. It takes you from point A to point B, wherever you want to go. When you go to Jamaica, it is different. So get that in your head, that taxis do not operate the same way. They sit at the stand, you go on the taxi stand, and you sit and you wait until that taxi is full. And that is the only time that they are going to drive off. And remember, that is the same thing with the buses when you go to Jamaica as well. You sit, the bus, there's a bus stand, a bus park. The bus will stay in the bus park, and they do not leave until it is full. When the bus is full, they drive out and they let off people along the way. That is how it works in Jamaica. That is the culture. Do not expect it to be any different. Do not try to change the culture. That is what it is. So be prepared, be ready. When you go to Jamaica, that's just it. However, remember I said that you get what you paid for, where the transportation is concerned. You can have a private taxi, right? What we call that, we call it a charter taxi. Usually when you go to like the hotels or the resort, you can ask around. They will have their special taxi drivers that they can call, or they will have cards that are left where you know that taxi is going to drive you alone around the place. Yes, it is more expensive. However, just bear in mind, you cannot go on a public taxi, a public bus, and you expect the same type of service as if you had hired your own little cab. It does not work that way. So that is something to bear in mind as well. Now, vendors. Okay, I understand it in first world country, because I understand that this one, the vendors, sorry, it scares a lot of people. It scares tourists, but only because they do not understand the culture. Now, in other countries, in most countries, you approach the vendors. In Jamaica, it is totally different. The vendors approach you. And unfortunately, some tourists get so scared because it's not just one vendor who is going to approach you. You will have 4, 5 people running towards you. So I understand how you get scared. They are trying to compete for your dollar. They know that you are a taxi. They know that you are a tourist, and they are trying to compete for the money that you are going to spend with them. So that is something that you have to be aware of as well. And remember, I am talking about when you leave the resort. I am talking about people who want to experience things outside of the resort and sometimes outside of the tourist area as well. So yes, just be aware of it. They're running towards you sometimes, which I don't like. They will put their hands on you like they're trying to pull you towards their, we call it stall. They're trying to pull you towards where they are selling, and another person will be trying to pull you to where another person is selling. They are selling as well. What I want is, what this calls for is a bit of understanding. The Jamaican vendors need to know that, look, the tourists, they don't like that. Tourists need to understand as well that this is the culture. And it's not just tourists that they pull the locals as well, because this is how they make their living. So a lot of times what you find is that they come out and they want to ensure that they sell something. So they try to persuade customers to purchase from them. So this is it. And you will notice as well that the vendors, sometimes they are on the street, because sometimes in some areas, and I have to say it's not legal, but some of them, because they want to get the customers, what they do, they will leave their stall and they will come out. So you will see them walking, and they will try to pull you towards where they have their stall and stuff. However, I should say as well, for the so that is the vendors who walk around. For the people who have their stores, it is different. You will notice that you will go in and they will ignore you, or sometimes they will come up to you and say, how can I help you? I know that sometimes you want to just be doing your stuff in peace, but remember, they are trying to sell as well. Another thing that perhaps some people were not aware of is that when you go to Jamaica, if you have like a big bag, when you're in Jamaica, you're not allowed to take the bag with you. So you see, when you have like huge bags, it is just the culture that a lot of the developed stores, what they do, they actually have a set location either within the store or outside of the store, adjoining the store, that you leave your bags at, go into the store, do the shopping, come back out and collect your bag and leave. That is not your personal little handbag, but that is just how it is. That is the culture. So don't be scared. Don't think that they are taking you, like they are accusing you of being thieves, thinking that you want to steal from them. It is the culture of the country, that the island, that unlike, for example, in the UK, we just walk into the stores with whatever luggage we have. In Jamaica, just be aware, it is not like that. So I'm sorry if that scared you a bit. So I'm hoping that the very few people who have, who have had bad experiences, I hope that by explaining these things, you will be more understanding and know that, okay, they don't mean any harm. This is just the culture of things. So that's the vendors. Number 4 that I'm going to talk about is the prices. That is something that a lot of people complain about. And remember, guys, culture is different. So in most places, for example, and I can talk about the UK because, I've been living here for a little while. When you walk into a store, you know exactly how much you are going to pay, right? Because the price is on the things already. In Jamaica, it is not like that. So in some cases, it is not like that everywhere. So you may have some stores that have it on it, but you will walk into other stores where you will have to ask the price of things. And I know that especially if it's in the market that you go, you will specifically have to ask the price of things. And that is where some people have a problem and stuff. But just know it is the culture where you ask the price of what you are buying. So that is it for the prices. Now, customer service. Customer service. This is where Jamaica, unfortunately, this is a big problem in Jamaica. And I'm not going to hide it. You have to call a spade a spade. You have to let, visitors to the island, even before they arrive, we have to let them know that, look, yes, we are aware of it. We experience the bad customer service as well. I'm calling a spade a spade. So you will have the local people complain about poor customer service as well. So when you arrive and you are complaining about the poor customer service, I am going to agree with you in that Jamaica, I don't know if it's probably a cultural thing that needs to be improved, especially in the tourist area when you're dealing with tourists as well. And of course, the locals would benefit from it as well. I'm sure that they would welcome the change as well. They don't take it seriously. I'm going to be honest with you, and it is a major problem. So I hope that evil by people complaining, hearing that the tourists keep saying that the customer service is really poor. I hope that gradually the culture will change. So what are we talking about? You know, in most countries, in some countries, you would say that the customers come first. So, you know, you will try everything to ensure that the customer's needs are met, the customer is satisfied. If there is a complaint or anything like that, you will try your best to resolve it. In Jamaica, no. Unfortunately, the customer service, the feeling that some people get and what some people are saying is that they feel as if the staff are behaving as if they are doing the customers as favor when they ask for things to be done. And you know, it should not be so. It definitely should not be so. And I think that that is the area where more, what would I say, training needs to take place to ensure that that culture, that's part of the culture, that it gradually improves. So if it's any consolation, just to say, tourists, I understand, because everybody experiences that as well. Okay, so that is number 5. So I've given you 5 of them. Now, the other one, I'm going to give you like a little brata. I'm calling it a brata. And what we say, a brata, I'm saying something extra, right? So in addition to everything that I have said, I want you to know that when you come to Jamaica, remember that although I know that you are there for the sun, the fun, and it is so easy for you to get carried away with all those, the rum punch and all the, what would I say, the cocktails as well. Remember that your safety is your responsibility. So as much as when you are in the hotels, when you are on the resorts, we know that you are safe. Remember that your safety is your responsibility as well. So you cannot be leaving the resort, just be meeting people. And remember, Jamaicans are really, really friendly. It is just like everywhere that you go. In that, when I say it's like everywhere that you go, it is, I'm talking about in terms of you having to realize that you are in a strange place. Yes, people are going to be friendly. And I understand that, yes, whenever you meet a local, the idea is for you to be able to experience things outside of the hotels, because the local will know more places and stuff. So it is easy for you to get carried away when people offer that they will take you to XYZ. Come on. Your safety comes first. Always think, okay, it's a strange place that I am at. I'm not in my own home country and I do not know the place. So as much as you feel excited and as much as you want to know the island, other things about the island, please think about your safety. And I'm not saying that only for Jamaica. I'm saying that for wherever you go on holidays. Just remember that your safety is in your hands. Other than that, come on. Jamaica is such a beautiful island. We are so lucky. Jamaica is so lucky that you have dignitaries, you have other governments from other countries actually go there, not on business. Talk about celebrities as well. They go on vacation on the island. And I am sure that, you know, not everybody, I understand that in the resorts, on the resorts, things are a bit different because everything is taken care of for you. But I am also conscious of the fact that not everybody is able to afford the expensive holidays, meaning on the resorts. So I know that you'll be looking, some people are looking for cheaper accommodation, and that is why they go to certain places and they get bored. Because if you go to a simple hotel, that's it. That's just a room that is there, unless they are serving like food and stuff. So I understand, but please be careful as well. And of course, Jamaicans want you to enjoy the island as well. They want to show you love. So I'm sure that a knowledge of these things before you go on the island will minimize the complaints, and it will allow you to understand a bit about the culture so that you will be even more understanding and you know how to handle yourself. And yes, for the prices, it is true that in Jamaica, the price that you are quoted, people are not quoted the same price. So the same vendor could quote someone else, for example, that this item costs £10. And by the time another person gets to the same vendor, they will say that the same item is for £15. It is a part of the culture, guys, where they charge you based on how you look. And remember, it is not just tourists who are treated that way. It is the culture. The locals are treated that way as well. So I hope this one helps, guys. And until I upload another video, remember, sound off in the comment section. And of course, you know, if you have any concerns, anything you want to, if you have had an experience in Jamaica that you want more clarification on or more explanation, then guys, just sound off in the comment section. If you're a Jamaican and you think that I have left out anything that's important for tourists to know before they come on the island to enjoy themselves, sound off in the comment section as well. Until I upload another video, I am still going to say, guys, if you do not know Jamaica, the best thing to do is to go on a resort so that you have an idea of what to expect and you will be well taken care of first. When you sort of get used to the place, meaning you become like a returning, you keep going back, then you can take your own little time and venture out. But remember, safety. Your safety comes first. Guys, take care of yourselves. And I say, peace.